So what's up? I wanted to reach out to you guys, those who follow me on YouTube. Um, I don't want to say I had a moment of clarity, but I've come across the idea that um, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, uh, and all those other social media, outlets, you know, for me, just weren't doing it. I've managed to deactivate, you know, my Instagram accounts, my Facebook, Twitter, um, mainly because like a lot of the stuff that was on there was just a bunch of BS, and it was coming from like my friends. Um, a lot of Donald Trump stuff, a lot of Colin Kaepernick stuff, um, stuff with the girl in the Olympics. Her name was Gabby or whatever. Like a lot of my friends who I really thought were a little bit more open minded were very close minded, and it just kind of struck me as odd. So instead of just deleting them, I just deleted my account. For me, it's not really worth, um, you know, it's just not worth using. Like if I got to deal with all that other BS, I'd rather just not have it. So I've managed to hold on to YouTube and Google Plus, and the reason being is that with YouTube you can disable comments. I subscribe to the people I want to see, and they give me a lot of good information. So, having said that, let's talk about some of my YouTube subscriptions. I subscribe to a few different vegans. One being Vegan Gains, probably one of the most popular vegan personalities on YouTube. And I also subscribe to John Venus. I subscribe to Brian Turner. I subscribe to KC with Vegan Hustle TV and his girl Tish, Tish Wonders. Mainly because I like them. I like watching them. I like what they bring forward. They're very positive. I also follow Ralph Smart, who is a vegan but doesn't make like vegan related content. He's more of a spiritual, psychological type person, and that's cool. I love watching his videos. The reason why I brought this up was because there's a lot of vegan YouTubers that are giving a lot of mixed signals. There was this one guy on Instagram. He was raw vegan, and I think it's Get Big and Small, and he's a little husky, but he's getting into powerlifting, and he has, I'm not sure, I want to say recently, maybe this year, he's flipped over to raw vegan. And KC with Vegan Hustle TV is doing, I guess he calls it a 7-day vegan, raw vegan challenge, a raw fitness vegan challenge. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, these guys have been eating raw. Now I just got done watching a video not too long ago where Vegan Gains talks about this guy named Dorian Ryder, and this Dorian Ryder guy, supposedly a raw vegan or raw till 4, however, it's phrased or whatever, and Vegan Gains just like tears into him. Now, I understand where he was saying about eating sugar. Processed sugar is really not the way to go if you want to lose weight. You want to cut that kind of stuff out, and a raw vegan diet naturally would cut out processed sugar. I mean, things like grapes, blueberries, pineapple, and strawberries. I'm not going to bite this because so much in my mouth. But those things have, natural sugars. And I can understand, holding on to those things. So, I started looking into like some of the things that Vegan Games was saying, I'm like, yeah, you do make a lot of sense, but dude, you kind of tore into him. And maybe, this guy is a nut job telling people to drink soda and you're going to lose all this weight with soda. I get that. But you had also, and by you I mean Vegan Games, had kind of come down really hard on, the raw vegan diet. And I was just wondering, is it really that bad of a diet? I did a little raw kind of morning. This bowl of delicious fruits. I had a smaller section earlier, when I woke up. And then before I went to the gym, I had a couple Medjool dates. And then I went to the gym. And I got back. And I'm about to stuff my face with that bowl. And I look at it and I'm like, dude, I feel awesome right now. Now, in all fairness, I did take a pre-workout. I was using Rich Piana's Kill It, only because I had it, and I started thinking to myself, like, is this really a bad diet? Raw vegan. Am I, obviously I'm not getting, or maybe I am getting the protein that I need, but I don't know. Like, I want to know, is the raw vegan diet really that bad? Or do you, Vegan Gains, just have something against, Dorian Ryder in specific? I also saw this video he did against this guy, something raw, Amin Ra, something. He's like a raw, he eats like once a day. He has like a 23-hour fast, and he only eats once a day, and he eats about 1,200 calories a day, and he's completely raw, but he has like some kind of deadlifting world record. Now, that's pretty impressive if it's true. Vegan Gains seems to believe that it's not, but who am I? I don't know. He in my opinion, Vegan Gains is the champ when it comes to researching and finding out the truth. So most of the time I believe what he says. But I also listen to, like I said, KC from Vegan Hustle TV, and I see some of the foods they're eating, and they're like chowing down, and I'm like, man, that stuff looks awesome. Then I wonder to myself, KC, are you doing the right thing? Vegan Gains says that, the raw diet really isn't that good. But then, I watch guys like Brian Turner, who pile a ton of protein on their plate, between soy and seitan and more soy, tempeh and things like that. And by the way, Brian Turner, tempeh is not that great. I guess if you flavor it right, but like the beanie taste, it's just not for me. I've tried it a bunch of times. I tried all different flavors. I tried the savory bacon, the garden veggie, the plain. I tried to put my own sauce. It is just not that great. Sorry. But hey, it's my own opinion. You may like it. The bean dia, okay. What I like to do is take a potato. I'm sorry I'm getting off topic, but you take a potato, stab it up, throw it in the microwave, nuke it for a couple minutes, comes out, mash it up, throw some vegan butter, nutritional yeast, and ketchup. Oh, that's something you got to try, BT. Brian Turner. But back to the raw thing. Brian Turner. How do you feel about the raw diet? And John Venus. Now listen, I like John Venus. He's not as entertaining as, let's say, a Brian Turner or a Vegan Gains or KC Vegan Hustle. But he still does put out some pretty good content. He shows like a good physique, what you could have on a vegan diet. He shows that it is possible. A little dry. Just being honest. Some of the stuff is getting better. Listen, dude, it is getting better, and I'm commending you on that. Some of the earlier videos that I was watching, it was just like, oh man, not this guy again. And I'm pretty sure that you've gotten a ton of feedback, because you got a ton of people following you on YouTube, and you seem to be, doing well with your business and things like that. But how do you feel about a raw vegan diet, John Venus? And another thing, to all four, John Venus, Brian Turner, Vegan Gains, and Casey, Vegan Hustle TV. What do you guys think about supplements? Now, I see in Brian Turner's, videos, he'll make a shake in the morning, and it'll have like some, rice protein or some chocolate rice protein. Now, John Venus has, got his own, stuff on his website with a bunch of different supplements. Vegan Gains, I don't really hear you talk too much about, proteins and supplements and things like that. It's almost like you're anti these things. And KC, dude, you're almost completely non-supplemented. So these are just some questions that I have for you guys. Dude, listen, keep making content. I love watching you guys. You guys keep me informed. Sometimes, the issues are, a little, lopsided or misdirecting. And, I get a little lost, but, one guy is saying one thing, another guy is saying another, whatever. Just keep doing it, dude. Because, honestly, I've only gone vegan in January. So it's been about 8 months, almost 9 months. Well, yeah, 8 months. And then, September will be starting the 9th month. But if it wasn't for you guys, I would have no clue what I was doing. Like, no clue at all. I would probably be eating lettuce all day, which isn't a bad thing because romaine lettuce is actually pretty tasty. What's that company called? The people that make Just Mayo, they make a Caesar dressing and a ranch dressing. With some tomatoes and green peppers and some romaine lettuce. And then you get like one of those like mock meat packaged up things from like, I guess a Sweet Earth or whatever. The kind of little package, you poke it up with holes, you throw it in the mic, you throw it on top. Oh my God, it's like a chicken Caesar salad sandwich, or chicken Caesar salad. Oh, so good. But anyway, listen guys, if you could answer these questions for me. The raw vegan diet, your opinion on supplements, and I guess that's it. Thanks guys, keep making content. Love you big time. Peace.